A Nightmare on Elm Street has always been my favorite horror series ever. From the terrifying child killer of the original to the wisecracking trickster of the later installments, Freddy Krueger has always been my favorite horror movie slasher. I like every movie in the series, aside from the remake. That was bad. But aside from that, I like every movie in which Robert Englund has played Freddy Krueger. Even the black sheep of the bunch, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. People hate Freddy's Revenge for all kinds of reasons, like the homosexual undertones scattered throughout it, and the gay lead actor whom has a dance scene that, according to him, is still, to this day, played in gay bars across the country. I have no problem with that. More power to you. Some people hate it for the fact that Robert Englund didn't sign on right away, so in half the movie, Freddy is played by some other dude that walks like a robot. That isn't really a big deal either. Could have been worse. Or maybe they hate it because it pretty much ignores the rules of Nightmare on Elm Street and attempts to bring Freddy back into the real world by possessing the main character, Jesse. Freddy repeatedly breaks his own rules, most notably when he starts boiling people alive at a pool party before disappearing into a poof of flames into a hedge like he's David Copperfield or something. That does bother me a little bit, but not what I'm here to talk about today. Today I want to talk about the thing that has bothered me ever since I first saw Nightmare on Elm Street 2. What the hell is up with the dogs with human faces? We only see them for this one quick scene and then never again do we see them for the entire rest of the series. What's going on here? I don't hate this scene. I actually quite like it and have been really intrigued by it since first seeing it many years ago. This movie is roundabout as old as me, by the way. It came out in 1986, and so did I. You know what I mean. Anyway, what's up with these dogs with human faces? That is something that I have been pondering over for over half my life. Well, after nearly 2 decades of wondering, I think I have an idea of what the hell these guys were thinking when they put the masks onto rottweilers. I know what they were supposed to be. They're like Freddy's guard dogs, like a vampire's hellhound for Lost Boys fans. They have also been explained as being the spirits of Freddy's victims, but I'm wondering is, where did they get the idea for the dogs with human faces? Did they just pull it out of their ass? Well, probably, but could they have gotten the idea from a real world monster? There's actually a creature in Japanese legend that pretty much looks exactly like Freddy's demon dogs. I present to you the Jinmenken, or human-faced dog. These creatures have been reported throughout Japan since the Edo era, which lasted from 1603 until 1868. One of the first recorded cases of Jinmenken was from a book written by historian Ishizuka Hokaishi, sorry if I got the name wrong, titled Gaiden Bunbun Shuyo, sorry if I also got that wrong, in which a story is told of a Jinmenken being born in Old Edo, which is modern-day Tokyo, in the year 1810. A carnival owner heard of the creature and put it into his misimono, or carnival sideshow. Jinmenken have been reported throughout the years. Even from what I could find, they have been reported well into the 1990s. Most reported cases are in suburban or rural areas, but throughout the 1980s, one Jinmenken was repeatedly seen in the alleyways of Tokyo's Shibuya district, which is one of the most crowded and bustling areas of the entire city. Much like Freddy's dogs, they are most often spotted at night and appear to be a mangy dog at first glance. But then, upon closer inspection, it is discovered that they have a very human-like face. The Jinmenken also usually don't ever really do anything. They aren't violent toward people. They just want to be left alone and try to scare people off if they are approached. Huh. That sounds a lot like Freddy's guard dogs, letting Lisa pass without even giving her so much as a nibble. Those dogs are bad at their job. Freddy's dogs made a weird growling sound when Lisa approached, and the Jinmenken have also been known to make growling or screeching noises. However, the Jinmenken have also been known to say, "Leave me alone," in a voice probably similar to that. Jinmenken have been known to run up to around 60 miles per hour or 100 kilometers per hour for pretty much the rest of the world that isn't the United States, Myanmar, or Liberia. Freddy's dogs kinda just sat around. They moved a bit, but didn't really do much but growl. All bark, no bite. There are all kinds of theories as to what the Jinmenken really are, and these theories range from the extremely plausible and most likely to the downright crazy. Some of the more ridiculous theories include the Jim and Ken are traffic accident victims, which, I don't know about you, but that makes no sense to me. Why would traffic accident victims turn into dogs with human faces? I don't get it. I mean, there are a lot of things in Japan that I, as an American, do not understand, but I don't understand the connection on how car plus person plus accident equals dog with human face. Maybe the 4 tires are like the 4 legs of the dog, or maybe it's like a roadkill connection. I don't know, but this makes no sense, because the first reported sightings of Jinmenken were from the Edo period, which was long before the first automobile was ever created. So that theory doesn't even make sense in any way whatsoever. Another theory suggests they are dogs possessed by evil spirits. Okay, I guess that would fit with Freddy, maybe, I suppose. Some suggest that the Jinmenken are the result of genetic experimentation. Yeah, the Japanese were making genetic experiments before and right when genes were first starting to be understood in 1866. This isn't Full Metal Alchemist. People aren't using alchemy to make chimeras. Too soon? People have even said that the Jinmenken are chupacabras in Japan, which doesn't make sense, especially since the witness descriptions of the creatures don't match up at all. The most likely candidate for Jinmenken are Japanese macaques. These primates greatly resemble the reports of Jinmenken. They move on all fours like a dog, and their faces are indeed very human-like. And in low-light conditions, these things could easily be mistaken for a Jinmenken. These primates have also been known to make strange vocalizations that have been mistaken for speech. They're also very bold creatures, and have been known to venture into the city in search of food at times. So Japanese macaques are a prime candidate for what a Jinmenken could really be. But very much like the Mothman, Jinmenken are believed to be harbingers of doom. People believe that when a Jinmenken is sighted, it is a warning of coming disaster or death, which is very much like Freddy's dogs. They warned of death and evil things to come. What did you think of this video, and what are some other things in horror movies you would like me to find a mythological or historical connection to? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe. This has been Doughboy with Hardcore Academy, and peace out.